Ladies and gentlemen, my name is George Zambellis. Now, you may not know me or what I do, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that you'll recognize the white ensign flying so confidently behind me. It's one of the most respected symbols in the world, and it belongs completely to your nation and your Royal Navy. For hundreds of years, white ensigns just like this have flown around the world, instantly recognizable as a sign of our great nationhood and the brand mark of our hard-won values and standards. And believe me, ensigns like this will continue flying proudly long into the future. Because like the flag, the Royal Navy has a long future. So, over the next few minutes, I'd like to introduce you to your Navy, to your sea soldiers, and to show you why what they do is so important. Let me start with a basic truth. All governments, ours included, have a single and irreducible duty, and that's to keep our nation and our people safe. And in today's highly uncertain world, that seems particularly important. Because, as we've seen, no one seems to be able to say exactly what or where the next threat will come from. Not just at home, but also abroad, where we have so many national interests to consider: commercial, diplomatic, security, and really big responsibilities too. We're an island nation, sometimes so easily forgotten, and we're joined to the rest of the world by the ligaments of the oceans. So our prosperity and our security stretch far beyond our shores. Just like the internet, we're completely and tightly connected through trade, through commerce, diplomacy. Indeed, we are connected to the millions of Britons who live abroad. And daily, hourly, we depend on the sea. Our oil, our gas, our raw materials, our goods and services almost all come in by sea, and almost everything goes out by sea. In today's just enough, just in time world, surprisingly, our warehouses are mostly at sea, in the shape of thousands of ships and millions of containers. And that is why we in your Royal Navy are out there in the world every single day and night, creating security and providing aid and supporting UK trade, doing all that mostly by ourselves, but also as part of a bigger team. And given the uncertainty of today's threats, each day we're ever more closely bound together with our friends and allies. And while we're helping to keep the seas safe, we're also battle ready, deterring threats and cooling potential hotspots, preventing conflict one moment or ready to strike the next from modern, capable, credible fighting ships, submarines and aircraft. Or with our Royal Marines, our amphibious soldiers, the specialist end of our nation's expeditionary capability. And in our new and uncertain world, where the spotlight seems to have shifted away from long-lasting land operations in Iraq and Afghanistan, there is now a changed shape to our security business. A changed shape that demands that your Royal Navy provides what we call Sea Choice, offering military agility and flexibility at sea and from the sea onto the land, which gives our government the diplomatic and political options it needs in these uncertain times. And these are big options because we are also the custodians of our nation's two most serious defence capabilities. First, the nuclear deterrent, now in its 46th uninterrupted year, our nation's ultimate insurance policy, provided by our ballistic missile firing submarines. And second, when both HMS Queen Elizabeth and HMS Prince of Wales get operational, we're going to have continuous carrier capability. And continuous means credible, which means that when the aircraft carrier button is pressed in the event of a crisis, a carrier and its jets will always be available. These two strategic pillars of UK defence, supported by enough frigates, destroyers, submarines and aircraft, and amphibious forces, are crucial to our national security. And they are the very foundations of our country's standing on the world stage too. We do all these things on behalf of Britain, and highly efficiently with only 30,000 people, talented, highly motivated and deeply committed young men and women. A winning team with a strong ethos and a steely sense of purpose. Just look at the Made in the Royal Navy ads to see that. A team that delivers again and again, be it security, aid or supporting our nation's trade, morphing to whatever the mission needs, wherever it needs it. So you won't be surprised to hear that the Royal Navy is still the Navy against which other navies benchmark themselves. Why? Because we are efficient, credible and quietly confident. We still have reach around the globe. We have really excellent people, and we have some of the best, if not the very best, training in the world. We have ambition and a strong vision of our future under the proudly flying White Ensign. And now we see this in new generations of ships and submarines and aircraft which are delivering a genuine Navy renaissance, which is a huge responsibility. But we have centuries worth of seagoing expertise and the raw courage to shape our future with confidence. A future that is completely linked to the UK's national ambition and its security needs. So, your Royal Navy's continuing success as a fighting force, globally delivering security, trade and aid, is vital to all of us. We in the Royal Navy understand responsibility. We take it seriously. It is symbolised in our White Ensign, and our White Ensign is yours too.